Yeah, I was saying.
Hey everybody, welcome to Talkin' Funny. It's me, your host Sasha, and this over here is The Noob. Hello. Okay, so this is the show called Talkin' Funny, and we represent the Playground Theater, where you can go to see like improv comedy, and look us up. It's www.the-playground.com. And let me tell you a little bit about the Playground Theater. It's a theater, and it's on Belmont and Halstead area, and you know it's non-for-profit, which means we can provide a lot of services for your non-for-profit to help you make profit for it, but not really profit because it's non-for-profit. But for instance, we can do a show to help raise money for you. You know, we have a whole bunch of programs for people to check out and learn about improv comedy and theater and bring a little bit of happiness into people's lives. Hey, we have a question from Anthony. Hello, Anthony.
Hello. This is the first time I've called your show, but I've seen them all. A very, very funny show.
Thank you, Anthony. You sound pretty familiar, though. Are you sure you have not called before?
No, I have not called before. I just have to tell you, I'm very happy to see that the noob found his whistle.
That's good, Anthony. Yeah, because the noob did not have his whistle last week.
It made me sad to see him crying.
It's pretty sad. Hey, Anthony, do you want to say something to Army?
I'm sorry?
You want to say something to Army?
Sure.
Blah, blah, blah.
He scares me.
No, but he's a friendly little octopus. Anthony,
Hey, I got a question for the noob.
no, that's great. Go ahead.
Why doesn't he talk?
That sounds like a question for me.
Why don't you talk, noob?
You know, if you want to know why the noob does not talk, we have a show where we explain everything. So it's a show at the Playground Theater, and it's called Don't Spit the Water. And actually, we celebrated our 1-year anniversary last week.
Will you be wrestling bears?
Yes, we do wrestle a bear at that show. Not at that other one we talked about last week, but this show we wrestle a bear. But go to don'tspitthewater.com and you can learn about that show and learn about how come the noob doesn't talk.
Okay.
Okay, that's so nice to hear from Anthony. It's nice to hear a guy who watched the show once in a while. And if you have a question for Sasha or the noob or about the playground, you should give us a call. You know, tonight is the show that almost didn't happen, ladies and gentlemen, because we promised a guest this week, the very famous Charna Halpern, who owns the Improv Olympic Theater, which is a theater that is similar to the playground, and they do some very exciting improv comedy over there. It's actually a place where many famous people got their starts at. And you know, we went through a lot of trouble, and she called us just a little bit ago. She cannot make it to the show. It's pretty sad. But she agreed to let us give her a phone call on the air. So if you have a question for Charna Halpern and you want to talk to her, maybe you can still talk to her, because we're going to get her on the show, but it's only going to be her voice. But while we have her voice, we can look at this little picture, and it's going to be just like she's on the television show. Hello there, Charna. No, but she's not on the phone yet. Probably in a little bit, though, we're going to get her. But you know, we need your help. We need your help with a couple of things. So, hey, Melissa. Hey, Melissa, how are you doing?
Hi!
Hey, Melissa. You've called us before, Melissa.
Hello?
Hello, Melissa. How are you today?
I'm great.
That's
How are
good.
y'all?
You know, we're doing pretty good, but the noob lost his football. Do you want to help him find it?
I would love to.
Okay, you sound like you're from the south.
Yeah.
Okay, Melissa, look, here comes the noob. Do you see him on the television?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, now here's some buckets full of overturned apples. Now, which one shall he look in for his footballs?
I want him to go to the last one.
What do you mean, the last one?
The one to the last. It's under the sun, dude.
Oh, this one? Okay, let's see what this is. Oh, that's not a football, Melissa. That's an annoying little gentleman. Look at that tiny little man. Well, that's too bad. Hey, do you have a joke for us, I heard, Melissa?
Yeah, I do.
Okie dokie.
Alright. I was reading the dictionary, and I thought it was a poem about everything.
Okay, that's so good to hear from you, Melissa. But you know, everybody, the noob still can't find his football. He just found this annoying little gentleman. So, hey, hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Derek.
Hello, Derek. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing okay. How are you guys?
Pretty good, buddy.
I have a question for you.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was wondering about like the not-for-profit status.
Okay.
Because you guys at the door, you take my.
That is pretty good. You know, he made kind of a funny noise at us. And we did not expect that. It's like he was talking. It sounds a lot like somebody else I know. So anyway, but if anybody has to call, we have David on the phone. Hello, David.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm fine. I'd like to play the game.
That's great, David. How are you tonight?
I'm fine.
Great. Well, David, the noob has 3 more buckets to look at. And look at this. Isn't this an annoying little man over here?
Go to the second one.
This one right here?
No, the second one.
How about this one right here?
No, the second one.
I think David said this one right here. Let's see what we have here. Oh, that's not the football. That's Bumblebee Pizza. Bleh. Amazing Bumblebee Pizza. That's bad. Okay, maybe we have another caller who wants to play. Hello, caller.
Hey there, Sasha.
Hello there.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Do you want to help the noob?
I want to find the football.
That's great. Okay, where is the noob going to look next?
Right next to the Bumblebee Pizza.
Oh, this one over here?
No, not the one all the way at the end.
Oh, the one all the way at the end? Let's check. Oh no, that's the fish monster with a pretty blonde toupee and big fangs. Ooh, this is pretty scary. That's too bad. Everybody's having trouble finding the football. But there's only one more bucket left, so maybe we have a caller to help. Hello, caller. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, who's
Hey,
this?
Sasha, you cheated me out, man. What's up with that?
Who's this, David again?
Yeah.
Well, David, we found a pizza with bumblebees on it. Now, which bucket do you want to look at next?
The second one.
We already
The last one.
this one here?
Right.
Okay, let's see. You found the football! Yay for
Yay.
David. That's pretty good. Thank you for calling, David. Hey, so you know, we have a couple other things that are going to happen. We saw the noob. Wait, that. Oh, good, you could not see what I was doing. Anyway, now Sasha is going to go for a walk. Do 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 do. La la la, just going for a little walk. Whoops! Okay, that's pretty funny. Is we use the banana peel for a little slippery joke. Yeah, so maybe do we have another caller who wants to talk to us? Hello, caller.
Hello?
Hi, how are you today?
I'm fine, thanks. Is there any more games?
Yeah, we do have a game. Do you want to play a game with us, caller?
Sure.
What's your name?
My name is Tim.
What's that? How do you spell that?
Tim.
Tim.
T-I-M.
Hello, Tim. Well, here's the game. It's called which one of us is Sasha and which one is the noob?
Yes, Sasha. He's noob.
Okay, good job, Tim. Thank you so much for. Do you have a question about the playground theater?
Yeah, what is the playground? Is it like a place or... Is it like a place I could go to? Or
It is so much for the question, Tim. You know, the Playground Theater is a non-for-profit improv comedy theater. Now that means like the improv part is a lot of the shows they make up on the spot. And then it's a place you go to on Belmont and Halstead on the north side. You can learn a little bit more about it if you go to the website, which is www.the-playground.com. Hey, looks like we have a little kid on the phone. Hello, little kid.
Hello,
Hi, what's your name?
Ronell Wooden.
What can we do for you tonight?
Could I try to play a game?
Well, we already played the game, but yeah, you know what? For you, because you are a cute little kid, we can play the game. Look at this, little kid. Which one is the football?
What's your name? Next to the monster.
That's right. The football is next to the monster. That's very good. Let's give this little kid a hand. Okay, thank you so much for calling. Hey, we have another telephone caller. Hello, caller.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Fine. I really like your show.
Thank you. What's your name?
Kiara.
That's a pretty name.
Thank you.
Do you have a question maybe about the playground theater? Oh,
No.
what's going on down here?
No, I'm looking at you guys right now on TV.
Who's that?
Who?
Who's that walking across the bottom of the screen?
We don't know.
Oh no, the whistle trying to get him. Did you? Hey, well, thank you so much for calling and watching this show.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have another telephone caller. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello there.
I understand that the playground theater is run by druids that slaughter Catholic babies.
That's funny. I did not know that we were going to get a call from Mr. Dum Dum.
Dum da dum dum.
Okay, looks like we have another telephone caller. Hello, telephone caller. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi there.
My name is Howard.
That's pretty cool. Can you make a funny face?
Yes.
Okay, you have a good night now. Okay, bye-bye now. Hey, pretty soon we're going to get our special guest Charna on the telephone. Hey, what's your question? Who's this calling us? Hello, caller.
Oh, my name is Gregor Ivanovich. It seems to me that you are some sort of Eastern European caricature. Is this true? Are you actually from Eastern Europe?
I don't know if your name is really Igor. Sounds to me like your name is Damini.
No, it's Gregor, not Igor.
Whatever. Thank you for calling. Okay, so pretty soon we have hey, callers, we want to hold up for a second. We want to remind you about the Playground Theater. It's a non-for-profit co-op, and here one of the programs that we have at the playground is called the Recess Program. And what we do for the Recess Program is we have little kids, and we can take improv comedies and maybe show them how to play, or have a little good time with them. And they have a good time. Everybody has a good time, and we work programs for schools. Oh, excuse me. Okay. And anyway, so this, we have another program where it's like you go to the playground with your non-for-profit, and we'll do a free show for you and work out the deal where we raise money. Like you can charge whatever you want for tickets, and then use that money that you make to make money for
She's not anywhere in the building?
for the thing that you use.
She's supposed to have an on-air interview.
That's cool. But hey,
Is she not in the building?
anyway, so look at the mini for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, that's the mini. So anyway, maybe do we have another caller that we can put on the air? Hello, caller.
Hi guys. Hey guys.
Hi, guy.
How are you?
Pretty good. How are you doing tonight?
I'm fabulous.
That's cool. You might want to turn down your television. We hear a little echo.
Oh well, I'm sorry. I just couldn't. I couldn't get enough.
What's your name?
Alex.
Alex, I just noticed something kind of funny. Do you want to see?
Yes, please.
If we take the apple basket from before, it looks like the noob has a little dress on.
Oh my God, that's funny.
A hula dress. Look at this now. Hula hula.
Oh no.
Okay, thank you so much for your call. Isn't that silly though? Sasha and The Noob with hula dresses. Okay, do we have another telephone call? Hello there, caller. How are you tonight?
Good.
That's good. What? That sounded like the screaming weirdo. Hello, caller. Hello there.
Hello?
Hey, how are you today, caller?
I'm pretty good. How are you, Sash?
Nice. I'm okay with the thumb. How about the noob, do you want to know?
Oh, how's the noob?
He's pretty good. Hey, did you see Sasha and the Noob with funny hula dresses?
No, I didn't.
Oh, look at this. Oh no. What's your name?
My name's Garrett.
Garrett, what do you want from us tonight, Garrett?
Well, I understand you guys had your 1-year anniversary of Don't Spit the Water last weekend.
We did. Let's tell a little bit about that, Garrett. Is we have a show that Sasha and the Noob host live in the theater at the Playground Theater called Don't Spit the Water. It's crazy live game show, and anybody can come up and play. And you can learn about that show at www.don'tspitthewater.com. And yeah, last week we had our 1-year anniversary show. It's very exciting, and we had the jug band.
That's awesome.
So
I wanted to tell you guys congratulations.
That's pretty nice. Thank you, Garrett. I wonder if that was Mrs. Garrett from Facts of Life. But probably not. Okay, so do we have another telephone caller with a question for Sasha and the Noob? Hello, caller.
Hi, this is your Uncle Jack.
Oh, get off of that roof, Jack! You get off of that roof! My Uncle Jack is always stuck on the roof. Hello, caller. That sounded like pizza with bees on it. Hello, caller.
I want to suck your blood.
Nice. We had the call from the spooky vampire. Don't scare the noob. Okay, maybe we have another telephone caller. Hello, caller.
Hello. Yeah, I like to play a game. The rules are simple.
What's that? Hello, caller.
Hello.
How are you today?
Oh, I'm okay. I was wondering who makes your best.
You know, that's a question that we get a lot, caller, about who makes the vests.
Yeah.
And this, you know, we kind of had that made for us by my mother.
Yeah, I saw the show and there was something on the back, but I couldn't read it.
Well, on the back, okay, so my name's Sasha, right?
Uh-huh.
And the back of my vest says Sasha on it.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is the noob, and the back of his vest says the knob on it.
Why does it say the noob?
Well, it's just because the noob lives kind of an unfortunate
Did you run out of
life.
letters?
No, don't worry about it. It's between the noob and his vest. But so, you know, a little bit more about the Playground Theater. It's a non-for-profit theater co-op, and we have shows there Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, and all the way back around. And you can learn about all the types of shows at the Playground Theater by visiting at the website. It's www.the-playground.com. You know, we're having a little trouble getting a hold of Charna Halpern, who's to be our special guest tonight. She told us she would be there and answer the telephone, but we haven't heard from her. But hey, looks like we got Charna Halpern on the phone. So hello, Charna, how are you doing tonight?
Okay, how are you?
Though, Charna, let me tell you, we're doing pretty good, and we are so honored to have you on the show tonight. So thank you for taking us some time to have a little talk with us tonight.
Oh, I'm very happy to do it.
That's great. You know, Charna, it's kind of what we want to talk to you about, is you've dedicated so much of your life to improv comedy, you know, which is a type of theater, and it's becoming a very legitimate type of theater, partially because of the work that goes on at your theater, the Improv Olympic. You know, so what we want to know is why improv comedy? What drew you to that in the very first place?
Well, I think it's just because, you know, we're a lazy bunch of people, so it's just so much more fun to just create a show on the spot and not have to rehearse and write it and direct it, you know, and that way we can do a new one every night, and it's always fun and easy. It's just a cool thing to do.
Well, that's cool. So, you know, and you do a lot of work at the theater, kind of administratively. Do you perform at all right now?
I haven't lately. Once in a while I do the monologues in my Armando show, but more I'm into writing right now. I'm directing and writing. I just wrote my second book, and I also wrote a movie about my late partner, Del Close, so I've been kind of in that mode.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. So now, your first book was called Truth and Comedy.
That's right.
How about the second one? What is this one about?
The second one is called Art by Committee, and it's also got a DVD with it. And it'll be out in the spring. And it's a 3-section book. The first section is dealing with some of the newer forms. The second section is more advanced work and improvisation. And the third part is actually some fun stories about Del.
That's great. You know, when do you think that book's going to be published?
It will be published in the spring, my publisher said.
In the spring. That's great. Well, that's when bunnies happen too. They have a lot of bunnies then. Hey, but Charna, another question for you. It's like, what do you think is a show to see nowadays? Like, if we're talking, where can you see the cream of the crop for improv, comedy, and the art about? What's the show for you?
Well, one of the big favorites around town is the TJ and Dave show on Wednesday nights. They're two of the funniest boys in North America, I would say. And that's in Chicago at Improv Olympic. Another great show if they're in LA would be Beer Shark Mice. It's a very, very funny show. It's a big hit at IO West. So those are two of the biggest things going on right now in improv.
That's pretty cool. You know, I think you're forgetting one show though, Charna.
Don't spit the water.
That's what we wanted to hear. You heard it here, folks. Charna Halpern says to go see Don't Spit the Water.
That's right.
Hey, Charna, do you mind? We have some people who want to ask you questions on the telephone. Do you have time to answer a call?
Sure.
Okay, let's put in a caller. Hello, caller. You're on with Sasha and The Noob and Charna Halpern.
Hi.
Hi there.
I have a question for Charna.
Okay.
Charna, you've like...
Okay, maybe... Hello there. We lost the caller. Charna, are you still there? We lost everybody.
Somehow.
Okay, Charna, hey there.
That's okay.
That's, you know, we have a little trouble. We never did so much crazy stuff with the telephones before, so it's anyway, we have no more telephone callers for you because it sounds like they all accidentally hung up the telephone. But you got half a question. Do you want to maybe like guess what they were getting at and answer the question?
What did you think you disconnected him by accident, maybe?
Well, he didn't. He's not calling back. The phone's going a little crazy today. Let's pretend he asked, like, "Hey, Charna, how's tricks for you today?"
Oh, that's a very nice question. How's tricks? Is that what you want to know?
I think that's what the caller wanted to know.
Things are just great.
I'm extrapolating from the first word that I heard, and
Well, things are just great.
You heard it here, caller. Is that Charna says things are going pretty great. You know what? I found out the problem, Charna, is when we put on two calls at the same time, it makes the whole system go crazy and hangs up on everybody. So, but you know what? I want to thank you so much for coming on the show with us tonight. It really means a whole bunch to us.
Well, I'm so sorry I couldn't get there in person. Maybe next time.
No, it's okay, because every time you talk, we've been showing a picture we have of you on the television and wiggling it around a little bit.
Oh, good.
So
you have a good picture of me?
It's a beautiful picture of you, Charna.
Okay.
It is the most fascinating likeness I have ever seen in my life.
Okay,
No,
good.
it's so you know people. I'll tell you a little secret, Charna. Is the people from home don't even know that you're not sitting right there next to us.
Oh, wow, that's good effect.
That is pretty special. So thank you so much, and maybe we'll get you on the show sometime again,
That'd be
Charna.
wonderful. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Take care. You have a good night. Okay, you know, looks like we have some more telephone callers we can put on the air. And if you have a question for Charna, that's cool. You can ask it and we'll pretend to be Charna. Hello, caller.
My daughter wanted to say hello.
Hey, daughter, how are you doing? Is she watching that television right now?
Yes, hi.
Hello there, how are you doing?
How you doing? I was wondering if you're going to be at the barbecue. Hello?
Yeah, we hear you. We're making faces at you. Okay, thank you for calling, caller. We can take one more quick telephone call. Hello, caller.
A question? Hello?
Hey there, caller. How's it going, buddy?
I'm going pretty good. My name is Matt Barbera. I'm the Playground Theater president.
Do you promise that, or are you making a trip?
No, I really am. I'm a little upset that someone called before and said that we're run by druids that eat Catholic babies.
Oh, whoops, I accidentally pressed the hang-up button. That wasn't Matt Barbera, the Playground president. I know that because he's right here in the studio with us. Okay, everybody, I want to thank you so much for coming to see the show today, for calling this show and looking at the show. We're here every Tuesday night at 7:30. So, play us out of here, the noob.